everyone, Anita. Welcome back to A Living Faith Garden. This is tour number 6 of the garden for 2019. And let me tell you a little flower story. So last week, Thursday, Friday, I don't remember what day it was. Thursday or Friday. I think it was Friday. I was perusing social media and a friend of mine on there posted she was having a garage sale. And she had a whole bunch of flower pots for sale. And they were so pretty. And I was like, oh, yay, what do you want for them? And she's like, oh, just come take a look at them and I'll get you a good deal. I was like, cool. I needed to go into the city anyway. So when we went, and we ended up with a lot of flower pots. So then we went to Walmart to get some flowers. And our cart was full. We could not get any more flowers in there. Because for some reason I had in my head that we bought a lot of flower pots. But we actually got a lot of garden art, which I will show you the girls' garden art in a few minutes. So, needless to say, a lot of the extra flowers ended up in the garden, which I am totally cool with because I am loving the little, like, just dabs of color everywhere. It's so pretty. And also, I have recently learned that zinnias need a lot of space to grow. So I had actually moved some zinnias from some of the other flower pots to different spots, and they survived the transplant. I'm so excited about that. So let me show you around. And a lot has changed since last week. Some things are still the same, but there's a lot of growth going on. And I gotta do this quick though before it rains. This is Emily's garden bed. See a little kitty in there that she found. And this bird house. And hummingbird feeder, even though there's nothing in it. A little toad house, and like this other flower that lights up at night. And there's a little mushroom. Her peas are growing nicely. And she found a little cherry tomato at Walmart that she wanted in her bed, so we put that in there too. And her cucumbers are climbing nicely. We thinned her carrots. She's got flowers. It's just enough for a little 5-year-old to handle. This is Kennedy and Lexi's bed. And they have like a little fairy garden going on, I guess. They bought some succulents for in there. And they have this little swing. And other little things, a little worm. And then they've got their pumpkins, some lettuce. They've got she's got flowers on her tomato Rapunzels. That's what they're supposed to do. We'll see. I've never planted those before. And this is an indigo blueberry climbing up her arch. So it's going to climb up her arch here. It'll be really pretty. Tomatoes, 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 tomatoes everywhere. Yeah, they're growing. That's good, right? They're growing. Starting to get some blossoms. Lettuce that I need to pick today. A lot of these marigolds that had to be transplanted the other day. More tomatoes. More tomatoes. And more tomatoes. Cosmo flower, which is really pretty. I've discovered that's one of my favorites. Really, I could spend 10 minutes just showing you tomatoes because I have so many different varieties and so many of them. But I won't because you don't want to sit through 10 minutes of tomatoes. Yesterday we had really strong winds and rain, and it came out and one of my tomatoes was snapped pretty close to the ground. So I just dug a hole and buried the stem. Hopefully the stem will grow some roots. But then I came out, and even if they were smaller, I took some string and just kind of, not like tied them off, but kind of give them some support for if they do start to get a little wobbly. Because it's supposed to rain again today. Boo. We got enough rain yesterday, I think. So that's the update on the tomatoes. Except for these two beds. These two beds have been dug up twice by raccoons. So we trapped them once already and disposed of them because they are a pest. Some people do with bug pests. I deal with coons. So I went to the store and bought some more tomatoes because, dang it, I didn't want this bed to be empty. So I bought more tomatoes. So we're going to set the traps again tonight. Hopefully they'll leave us alone. As you can tell, the peas are coming in nicely. They're not very plump. Not sure if we're just Emily's picking them too early because she really likes them, or if they need more water. But they're coming in, and they're taller than this trellis. So next year I'm gonna have to add on or grow them on maybe an arch trellis or something. See, it's not very thick, but it tastes good. So that's good. Brassicas are doing their thing. Still growing. The one that bolted, lost him to that raccoon. I mean, I'm not too terribly sad about because it bolted anyway, but this one was riddled with ants. Oh, there's still some in there. Boogers. Tried to start an ant war. Apparently the war wasn't long enough. We have to start another one. Nasturtiums are so pretty. Gonna have to plant more again next year. So we all finally ate nasturtium blossom. And it was actually pretty good. Tasted like a radish, which is a little bit more kick. So I could see how that'd be good on a salad. Like, not a whole salad of nasturtium blossoms, but, you know, a couple on a salad. It would be pretty delicious. Gonna need to grow some more because they're really pretty too. And edible makes it even better. Really no change in the carrots. The Shirley poppies are growing nicely. Man, I'm so glad I planted flowers. I know I've been saying this again and again and again, but aren't they just so beautiful? These I'm really excited about. These are the scarlet runner beans. And they're getting pretty high up this trellis already. There's another one over here. I mean, look at that. Then of course other flowers there, but you know, I got them all over the garden this year. I mean, look how pretty those are. I can't wait for even more and more to come, and then they turn into beans. I'm just like, eee! These are Chinese noodle beans. And out of the 5 spots, only 3 actually germinated and started to grow. So hopefully we get a lot from them because I'm really excited to try them. That's a mind shift that we're going to have to really make this year is I'm growing all this food and I really need to shift to eating all this food. Like the lettuce, I really need to just, before it bolts, I need to come in and cut it down. Last night, Scott went to the store and he came home with 2 bags of romaine lettuce. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I have lettuce in the garden. He's like, oh, I forgot. Well, I need to start bringing it in more so that we don't forget. I'm out here every day. I need to pick it. It's delicious. I eat it when I'm out here, but I need to eat it on the side too. I need to come out here and pick it before it bolts and goes to seed. I don't want to waste the time and effort. And it's good for you. I mean, I knew when I grew it. I know who's touched it. I know if there's been anything sprayed on it, which there hasn't, so my kids can just come out and eat it. So, to make the mind shift, I really need to start making and like really being like, oh, it's time to eat. What's in the garden that's ready? Yeah. Anybody else have to work on that? Because I've got to be not the only one. This Tigger melon is a winter sown Tigger melon. I'm really excited for this Tigger melon, but he doesn't seem to be doing much. It may be because it's been so dry. Or not dry, it's been wet, but it's been cold. I know I wasn't going to talk too much about tomatoes, but I mean, I got flowers. And they're doing so well. Some of them are so close to needing to be trellised, like clipped to the trellis. Like, just a couple of days and they'll be there. Like, just, call me dork, call me what you will, but you're not going to call me hungry when these come in. Remember how this bed was nothing but weeds and wild parsnip and asparagus I didn't want? Finally cut it down. And I'm so happy I did. This Zinnia Cosmo combo was a transplant from another pot. along with this zinnia and that zinnia in the back. The rest of these were all those leftover flowers from when we went a little flower crazy. So down at the other end of the bed, I planted a sugar baby seed. He's not up yet. I had one in a winter sowing jug, but he didn't do anything. Alright, I went inside because it started raining. And not just a little sprinkle, it was a downpour, which obviously the garden loves, but now it's all sunny outside and it's bright, which is also the garden loves, but doesn't make for good videoing. But what can you do? If I try to do this at night, I'll forget or get busy or the mosquitoes will get out, and I'm just not a bug person. So I did bring out a little butterfly in my marigolds. Let's see if I can get him before she goes away. She's over here. Hello, little butterfly. So nice to see you in my garden. You're so pretty. You're so pretty. I am getting a ton more pollinators this year. You know, for obvious reasons. I planted things that pollinators like flowers. They like the pollen, hence the name pollinators. Oh, see, there's 2 more white butterflies that just flew by. So pretty. I love it. And my garden is just so peaceful. The birds, the butterflies. I mean, it's just... It's been a slow start to the garden year, but it's a good garden year so far. Anyways, as I was saying, when I came back out, brought my salad bowl. I'm going to make myself a good keto salad for lunch. And some cheese and stuff. Because I'm hungry now. So, let's finish this tour. Let's see what else we have growing up on the top part of the garden. Let's take a look. Pumpkin seedling. That is a jack-o'-lantern pumpkin, I think. I don't remember. It's going to take over the garden, but whatever. I have space up here for it. A mallow flower. That was a winter sown one transplanted. This is a Harvest Blend transplant. I mean, once it finally starts taking off, I'll have it climb this fence. But it's not doing anything yet. The baby boo is getting bigger. Not big enough to climb yet, but it's getting bigger, which is good. What is this? I don't remember which this one is. Might be a Harvest Blend, maybe. I don't know. Pie pumpkins. It's getting big. Something I'm learning with pumpkins and other squash-y things. There are male and female flowers, which I did not know. So, I need to study more and figure out which ones are male and which ones are female. So if I need to, I can hand pollinate them, because they're not always open at the same time. They're not always ready at the same time. That happens. So, I mean, there are some pretty ones back here. Oh, well, I just broke that one off. I think that's a female. But anyways, maybe that was male. We do have blossoms in here. Where are you? See? There's a blossom. Several blossoms. I just need to take the time to study and really learn about them more. This is my first year growing pumpkins, so I'm not like super hopeful, I guess, because I'm growing a lot of new things this year. So I'm just kind of trying to take it easy, like not easy, but like not be hard on myself if it doesn't grow very well. So hopefully they do well. We shall see. It's only June. That is a sunflower. That is not. Another Tigger melon. Another winter sown Tigger melon. Again, this one is struggling just like the other one. Cosmo flower. A transplanted zinnia. So, I was not aware that zinnias get big and bushy. So, hopefully this guy does well. I do see he's got a little shoot coming up. A couple of shoots coming off the side now, which I didn't know they did that. I was just like, oh, zinnias are pretty. Let's plant them. This is all a big learning curve for me this year with the flowers, but I am loving it. These bamboo-y archy things, they're all separate. But my mom gave them to me, and I didn't know what to do with them, but I wanted to do something creative. So right now they're just like that. I don't know if I get anything to climb them or not, but whatever, they're there. Minnesota Midget Cantaloupe, that was a winter sown one. Delicious 51 Cantaloupe. It's also a winter sown one, and something is eating it. Its leaves look like lace. I don't know what's eating it though. Another transplanted zinnia from a flower pot that was too crowded. Cucumber of some sort, or a squash. I think it's a cucumber though. Some winter sown oregano. I planted a moon and stars seed here because my moon and stars in the winter sowing jugs did not come up. Golden squash. More plants, more plants. Cucumbers. Again, we'll go up this trellis once they get bigger. I'm excited for vertical gardening this year. More cucumbers. More cucumber. Weed. Wild parsnip. I don't like wild parsnip. More cucumber. More cucumbers. Those two down there and then might be too close to each other, because they might be hogging for water and nutrients. I may have to just fertilize them more. I'm not sure. Golden zucchini from seed. Winter sowing zucchini. Use a transplant. Again, he's got male and female flowers. I just don't know which ones are which. Nasturtium, which is transplanted. This is a winter sown cucamelon, who is going to grow up this trellis part. And these are just the tomatoes I had to replant because raccoons ate them. Another butterfly. That's exciting. Let's talk peppers now. I have 3 beds of peppers, almost completely full. Now I can really see it now that, that this bed here, that one is all cut down. I can really see it now. So, my sweet peppers are doing well. My California greens and like my other bell ones. Ooh, look at this basil. Get a little warm and basil's gonna come up. That's cinnamon basil. Sweet. Anyways, back to peppers. They're doing well. They're finally starting to like bush out and be greener. My hot peppers are not. I have one paprika pepper that got a little taller. Hopefully they do something. Alright, these candy cane red ones, those are a sweet pepper, but I didn't have any room down by my other sweet peppers for them. I'm not a pepper expert. Peppers, I guess, are hard, but there's not really a whole lot you can do with them, to them. Like tomatoes, you can put an egg in the hole and then prune and, all that stuff and spray stuff on them. Peppers, you can add some Epsom salt to a spray bottle of water. It's like 1 teaspoon per gallon, and spray them, and that's supposed to help. I need to check and see how often you can do that, if it's like once a week, once a month, because my hot peppers are really struggling, and I really want to grow hot peppers, not to eat, but to make into spices. I want to smoke them and then dry them and then grind them up, because we use a lot for chili, and we use a lot of paprika for like Mexican style cooking. And if I made my own, I just think it'd be tastier. But I gotta get the suckers to grow first. So it's another thing on my to-do list of learning these hot peppers and what tips and tricks and such. That's about all I have on the peppers. So I'm already thinking ahead to next year. Really the only big difference for next year is going to be where my chairs are now. I'm going to put up by the pumpkin patch and then like just level it off because my garden is on a slope. Because where it is right now, it's like right by the door. It's just, I don't know, I just don't like it. I just don't like it. Figure out a way to minimize all of the weeds and stuff around the garden because it just like adds too much shade, I think. Pumpkins are gonna go, I'm gonna like cut down on the other side of the far. Here, let me show you. On the far side of the garden, it's just a little fieldy patch. So in the fall, I'm gonna cut all that down, like cardboard or tarp or something, so nothing grows back up in the spring, and plant pumpkins over there and fence it off so the deer don't eat them. This way I'll have more room in the garden for things. Like I wanted to grow potatoes this year in potato bags, but I just never got to it. Oh, these gnats. Oh, gnats. Drive me nuts. I just never got to it. There was a lot of expanding this year with building more boxes and getting things started and planted, and big learning curve on everything I was doing. So next year we'll do potatoes. It might be too late in the season this year. It's almost July. But either way, I am loving the garden. It is a very peaceful place for me. It's very calm. You know, it's just away from all the hustle and bustle of the inside stuff. Oh yeah, Sunflower Alley. Let me show you how that's doing. So between the garden and the chicken run, there's just weeds here. So I just randomly planted a whole bunch of sunflowers and we'll see what grows. Because I haven't weeded it or anything like that. You can see there's a wild parsnip in there. But I'm just going to see what grows. And as you can see, some of them are growing, which is exciting. Because I think they're pretty. Here are 3 of the flower pots that I bought for my friend. I really like this teacup one. It's so cute. Then I also got this 3-tier one. We had these other ones at the bottom from before, but they weren't filled yet. So, flowers, flowers, flowers. I think they just add so much fun color right here by